Si la lutte contre le tabagisme est désormais nationale aux États-Unis, elle s'est d'abord jouée à l'échelle locale. En 1996, alors que les cigarettiers dissimulaient encore la liste de leurs additifs chimiques, Warren Tolman faisait voter une loi au Parlement du Massachusetts pour forcer les fabricants à la transparence. Le lendemain, les 5 plus grandes entreprises du secteur s'unissaient pour attaquer le texte en justice.
My mom and dad both died from smoking-related illnesses in 1995, and we were heading out the door, going trick-or-treating for Halloween with my 5-year-old son, and he was dressed up as a cowboy, and he looked up at me, Bastien, and he said, "All cowboys smoke, right, Dad?" And I said to myself, they got my mom, they got my dad, they're not going to get my son too. So it was... I really rolled up my sleeves and worked hard. I think one of the surprising elements was how they were willing to basically do whatever it took to try to thwart and stop my efforts. And the second thing is, looking back now, 20 plus years later, they figured out another way to try to market to kids with the menthol flavored vapes and all that stuff there. So they're still trying to get people addicted, and that's the problem. 90% of people who started smoking started before they reached the age of 19, and that's a real problem. So we need to be ever on guard for this industry because they're always going to figure out ways, or try to figure out ways to manipulate things.
Et au-delà du tabac, le poids de l'argent touche aussi la démocratie et le Congrès américain, où les parlementaires les plus riches remportent les élections dans 90% des cas. Ainsi, en 2002, alors qu'il briguait le mandat de gouverneur de son État, Warren Tolman devenait le premier candidat de l'histoire du Massachusetts à plafonner les financements de campagne. Une éthique qui le mènera ensuite à s'attaquer au lobby des armes à feu en défendant la commercialisation de pistolets biométriques.
If I have a 7-year-old son or daughter in my home, and I have a gun that has this technology, that he or she can't shoot because the biometric technology will see that it's my gun, it looks for my fingerprint, and not the young child's. It saves lives. It makes sense. So the sad part is that the gun lobby has prevented this from being available. And there's a problem. You know, why do we have so many people killed on an annual basis by guns, handguns? France doesn't have that problem. England doesn't have that problem. Monaco doesn't have that problem. Germany doesn't have that problem. It's a United States problem, only because of so many guns that are out there in the streets. And it's going to change eventually. I think the people are going to get fed up, but it's a long time coming.
Mais avec un taux de criminalité 2 fois moins élevé que la moyenne américaine, le Massachusetts est l'un des États les plus sûrs du pays. Il abrite, par ailleurs, ses universités les plus réputées, dont Amherst, ici à l'image. Y ont été formés plusieurs chefs d'État et hommes politiques, dont le prince Albert II et Warren Tolman à la fin des années 70.
Well, Prince Albert was at Amherst when I was there? No, I'm kidding. Yes, I was in political science classes with him. I saw, his creative mind at work, and that was a lot of fun to see a future head of state, to watch his leadership and really take Monaco, in my opinion, to a whole nother level on one hand, and on the other hand, take action for some areas that are really in need of leadership, like climate change. Is literally one of the world leaders, if not the most foremost world leader on climate change. And so I'm very proud of him and what he's done. We've kept in touch over the years. We haven't, it wasn't like I went 30 years without seeing him and suddenly, the phone rang. We stayed in touch, and I tried to, it's a terrible thing to have to visit Monaco time to time, but I managed to do that and enjoy it quite a bit. No, it's an honor to go to Monaco and to see the beautiful place that it is.
Et avec le MIT, l'université Harvard et plus de 1000 entreprises dans le domaine des sciences, Boston est le premier pôle international en matière de biotechnologie et de recherche biomédicale. Imagerie, traitement, vaccins, la ville dépose chaque année l'un des plus grands volumes de brevets de santé au monde.
What I would like to see happen more, and I'm trying to get some of this going, is to see some of these startups take their technology to Monaco. They don't require a lot of space. Monaco is a very small principality, so you're not going to have acres and acres of industry. That's not the target. The target is to have some high-end research, whether it be in biotech or finance and the like, to try to set a beachfront in Europe, in Monaco, and expand elsewhere. So Monaco has some of the things that Boston has really well, and that's intellectual capital, a lot of smart people that know industry, they know finance, they know science. I've dealt with some of them in the past and hope to do so again in the future.
Des collaborations transatlantiques très recherchées par ces sociétés américaines désireuses de trouver partout en Europe de nouveaux relais de croissance économique.